Are you separating and your kids are your top priority? I'm Jenny Bradley with Triangle Smart Divorce, and lately we've seen a lot more people calling us saying, hey, I thought I had an agreement with the other parent, but now they're just going to picking the kid up at the school. What can I do about it? Well, here's the thing. Maybe you have an agreement with a handshake. Maybe you have an agreement in text messages. Maybe you have an agreement in email. Or maybe you've just talked on the phone and every other day you work out the schedule. The problem is you don't have a legal agreement. Handshakes don't hold up in court. Text messages aren't a legally binding document. So you need to have custody either in a custody agreement, a private contract, or a consent order so that the court can help you if people start playing fast and loose. So you need to have a legal document protecting the custody arrangement. That can either be a private agreement or it can be a consent order. Doesn't matter. You don't actually have to go see a judge to get a consent order. You get it done in advance, submit it to the court, and the court signs it. This is enforceable if somebody starts playing fast and loose with the custody arrangement. And we know there's a lot of you out there who are getting along great, and I think it's awesome that you haven't had to go to court and that you think you don't need a lawyer. But here's the problem. When things change, maybe somebody gets a new job and the schedule's different. Maybe they have to move. Maybe somebody moves on and has a new significant other and wants a different schedule because that person's kids are on a different schedule. If you don't have an agreement to fall back on that's legally enforceable, then it's the wild, wild west. People can just go snatch the kid from the school. What if your ex is mad at you because you didn't pay something and they say, you know what? I'm just going to go pick them up today and you can't have them after all. If you don't have a legally binding document, there's not a thing you can do about it in that moment other than get mad and try to work it out with them. That's what you're left with in the moment. So get an agreement, make it legal so that you can have protections if things change. Now, I know what some people are thinking is, yeah, Jenny, but we've heard you've got to be divorced and you have to be separated a year before you get divorced. Well, that's not true. You don't have to wait till you've been separated for a year and a day to work out custody. In fact, you don't even have to resolve anything else in the case. You could still be arguing about retirement, be arguing about whether or not there's going to be spousal support, be trying to figure out who's going to pay for extracurricular expenses. But you can work out custody, and if it's your top priority, it's important that you do it first.